Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Christine Wiggins, and today is Tuesday, September 23rd. Coming up on Cullman Today, a Vinemont man is charged with drug trafficking. Addison Airport secures future with new nonprofit partnership. And Cullman Chamber Fly-In presses D.C. for safety, library, and bridge funding. All of this plus sports, weather, and more. Now let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. A Vinemont man was arrested Sunday, charged with drug trafficking. The Cullman County Sheriff's Office said deputies conducted a traffic stop in the Bethel community, and 30-year-old Jordan Andrew Johnson was identified as the passenger in the vehicle. Deputies determined that Johnson had an outstanding warrant with another agency, and a subsequent search of the vehicle allegedly yielded drugs and paraphernalia. Johnson was arrested and charged with drug trafficking, unlawful possession of methamphetamine, and unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. The Sheriff's Office said Johnson is currently being held at the Cullman County Detention Center on nearly $505,000 bond. Community leaders and aviation partners marked a new chapter for Addison Airport on Friday, September 19th. Earlier this year, Representative Tim Wadsworth and Senator Garland Gudger, working with town officials and pilots, helped create the Boone Creek Aviation Foundation, a 501c3 that has now entered into a lease with the Town of Addison to manage the field. The partnership keeps a public use airport open on the east side of Winston County, a key asset after the closure of Double Springs Airport. The agreement directly supports Wallace State Community College's aviation program, which relies on Addison's grass runway for short and soft field training that can't be fully replicated on pavement. With the nonprofit structure in place, airport leaders say the facility is positioned for growth, eligible for state and federal grants, and able to pursue fly-ins, community events, scholarships, and additional workforce development opportunities. Economic developers note that maintaining a local airport also strengthens industry recruitment and expands access for rural students. Addison Airport now has stability and a clear path to expand service and training. More than 30 Cullman County leaders traveled to Washington last week with a unified ask: federal partnership to boost public safety, quality of life, and infrastructure. Top priorities included $1.6 million to replace aging police radios with modern equipment, $4 to $6 million to renovate the 1960s-era Cullman County Public Library, which is undersized and not ADA compliant, and major work on the Big Bridge on County 222, $12 to $15 million to rehabilitate, or up to $100 million to replace the 1950s span that links Brushy Pond and Trade and carries 2,500 vehicles daily. Additional requests included $27 million for Cullman County Schools' new STEM Career Academy, $500,000 for Cullman City Schools STEM, Wallace State's Lions Village of tiny homes and childcare to address a nearly 49% childcare gap, Wellstone Behavioral Health Support, Sprout Fiber and a new substation from Cullman Electric, a new county convention center to replace the aging trade center, and $250,000 for the Center for the Arts Community Theater. The fly-in, organized by the Cullman Area Chamber of Commerce, included meetings with federal officials, agency representatives, and Alabama's congressional delegation. Chamber leadership said the purpose was to advocate for local priorities and ensure Cullman's needs remain visible at the national level. The 2025 Washington Fly-In was made possible through the support of Cullman Jefferson Gas, Cullman Electric Cooperative, Cullman Regional, and the Tennessee Valley Authority. And that's all for our top stories this morning. Coming up, Bruce Pearl steps down at Auburn. Stephen Pearl takes the helm. Sports is next. Welcome back. From the Plains, a major change. After 11 seasons, Bruce Pearl is stepping down effective immediately and shifting into an ambassador special assistant role within Auburn athletics. The university has named his son, Stephen Pearl, the Tigers' next head coach on a 5-year deal, ensuring continuity for a program operating at a national level. Pearl exits as Auburn's winningest coach with 232 victories, 2 Final Fours, 5 SEC titles, and 6 NCAA tournament appearances. Last season set a new bar, 32 wins, an overall number 1 NCAA seed, and 8 straight weeks atop the AP poll. The Tigers also claimed the SEC regular season crown, while senior Janai Broome earned consensus All-America and SEC Player of the Year honors. Pearl's footprint extends beyond wins. His Outlive initiative and the For the Children Golf Classic have raised more than $1 million for cancer patients and families through Children's Harbor. As Auburn transitions to Stephen Pearl, the mission is clear: keep the Tigers in the national conversation while sustaining the culture, community engagement, and high-standard basketball identity that defined the past decade. And that wraps up sports for today. Coming up next, Jubilee goes German with a chef-led wine dinner, and 12-0 Cullman Gold, 6th graders head to Huntsville's Platinum bracket. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Jubilee Coffee and Wine Bar will present a German-inspired menu on Monday, September 29th at 5:30 p.m., teaming up with Birmingham chef Ben Reed for a course-by-course dining experience. The evening spotlights classics like Multischen, often called German ravioli, and veal rouladen, paired with carefully selected German wines and a featured German beer. Chef Reed will introduce each course and share the story behind the flavors. Organizers say the dinner celebrates Cullman's German roots and builds on Jubilee's popular monthly wine dinners, this time with an Oktoberfest twist and an emphasis on authentic techniques and pairings. Seating is limited. Tickets are available in person at Jubilee Kitchen and Bar or online at jubileekitchenandbar.com under Order Online. For updates and behind-the-scenes previews, visit Jubilee Coffee and Wine Bar on Facebook. Doors open at 5:30. Arrive early to mingle and get your first pour as the culinary tour of Germany gets underway. Troy University's William H. Carr School of Accountancy celebrated its 34th Accountancy Day on Thursday, September 18th, recognizing alumni, students, and partners on the Troy campus. More than 130 accounting students met with employers during a pre-event job fair, and the school awarded over $75,000 in scholarships at its annual luncheon. Among the honorees, Sadie Land of Cullman, who received the Herget Foundation Current Scholarship for Outstanding Academic Achievement. The program highlighted classroom excellence, professional readiness, and industry connections as students networked with firms ahead of fall recruiting. Congratulations to Land and all recipients representing the next generation of accounting professionals. The 6th grade Cullman Gold volleyball team, made up of East Elementary 6th graders, closed the Cullman County Youth Volleyball Association season unbeaten at 12-0 to secure the number 1 seed for the county tournament. They also posted a 13-2 mark in the Girls Got Power League, earning a platinum bracket berth at the Elementary Youth Volleyball League tournament in Huntsville on Saturday, September 27th. Because both events fall on the same day, Cullman Gold will forego the county tournament and step up to the regional stage, facing top 6A, 7A programs from across North Alabama, including Bob Jones, Hazel Green, Ardmore, and Madison Academy. The season by the numbers, 28-3 overall, while taking 57 of 66 sets. Congratulations to Cullman Gold on a dominant run, and good luck in Huntsville. Week 5 of Cullman County Youth Football brought drama across the 3 divisions: Fireplug, Wee Wee, and Pee Wee. At Cold Springs, the Eagles outlasted Cullman 18-12 in Fireplug and pitched a 16-zip Pee Wee shutout, and Bearcats answered 34-6 in Wee Wee. Holly Pond split with Danville. Broncos rolled 32-zip in Fireplug and 36-12 in Pee Wee, while the Hawks took Wee Wee 20-zip. Vinemont grabbed 2 at Good Hope, 16-12 in Fireplug and 6-0 in Pee Wee. The Raiders claimed the Wee Wee 6-0. West Morgan swept Huntsville on the road, 30-26 in Fireplug, 28-2 in Wee Wee, and 44-6 in Pee Wee. Fairview carried the day at West Point in the younger groups, 13-7 Fireplug and 40-12 Wee Wee, but the Warriors controlled Pee Wee 27-zip. Here's your Week 6 slate for Saturday, September 27th. At 9 o'clock, we have Vinemont at Cullman and Danville at Good Hope. And at 4, Cold Springs at Holly Pond, Huntsville at West Point, and West Morgan at Fairview. Plenty on the lines as teams push toward October. Pack a seat, grab a roster, and cheer on your future Friday night stars. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week. Buddy E. Reed, 86 of Cullman, passed away Sunday, September 21st. A celebration of life gathering will be Sunday, September 28th at Cullman Funeral Home Chapel from 2 to 4 p.m. Michael Anthony Hooper, age 55 of Cullman, passed away on September 17th. A memorial service will be announced at a later date. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now let's take a look at the weather forecast. Today will be partly sunny and toasty near 88, a couple of sneaky pop-up showers or rumbles mid-afternoon, but most of us stay dry. Tonight, clouds move in to tuck us in, mild around 66. Tomorrow, clouds thicken and tap the brakes on the heat, just a high near 86. Scattered showers develop with a few afternoon thunderstorms in the mix. Not a washout, but keep the umbrella handy. Then Wednesday night, the main event, showers are likely, a thunderstorm possible at times. Great night for a rain on the roof if you like that soundtrack. And that wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us. And remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting CullmanTribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30. I'm Christine Wiggins with Cullman Today. Have a wonderful day, Cullman.